If you want someone to see, give them understanding and they'll look everywhere. You know? Decalcifying the bullshit. You know? How did we get here? You know? Let's face it, folks, we are being replaced one atom at a time. Some say, well, it's the original design, you know, we're flawed. No, we're not. The only flaw is its current configuration. And woe unto us. And how did we get this way? What happened? Well, unfortunately, we've been domesticated like dogs and cats, you know? And not for spiritual growth where we are empowered, no, but where we are indentured to a system that forces us into a cage. But don't worry, that cage is going bye-bye. Listen, folks, it's full steam ahead. You know, if you're going to figure this out, you have to, alright, you have to understand one thing, okay? You have to be willing to look where you don't want to look. And when you're trying to connect the dots or put together this puzzle, you have to make sure you have all the pieces, or you'll never see the whole picture. And that's the truth. That is 100% the truth. Okay? But they have mechanisms that are set up to facilitate and alter who we are to the point of extinction. And that's where it's coming. That's Stargate. We're not going to reincarnate. And you know what? And it's fitting considering that most people are convinced that when they die, they're going to go someplace warm where they're going to be loved and held, and they won't be held responsible for bad decisions, because that's what it is, all these bad decisions. And guess what? It means nothing. Lights out. Lights out. Is it that dire? It is. Point of no return? Yes.
Genetic manipulation, which until now only took place with food, is now possible in humans. Additionally, there are electronic devices that can improve intellectual capacities and put an intense ethical debate on the table.
So one idea I've been researching a fair bit is what I call whole brain emulation, that you scan a human brain and create a software replica. And this has a lot of advantages. You can get backup copies, you don't have to age, you can transmit yourself over the internet, you could download yourself into suitable bodies.
Professor Anders Sandberg from the University of Oxford affirms nanotechnology and medicine are looking to enrich a human being with scientific advances. In fact, it's already considered a reality.
So I think enhancing bodies is something we already do as part of medicine. The border between therapy, prevention and enhancement is already very blurred.
Some scientists believe this type of human enhancement can be morally positive.
The possibility of gene editing means that in the future it may be possible to change people's moral dispositions, for example, removing psychopathy at the stage of the embryo.
Faced with this type of practice and research, there's a risk of seeing man reduced to cells and genes.
No hablan de la mejora humana en términos
They talk about human improvement in biophysical terms. Meanwhile, the human being is better or can be improved in a much more integral dimension. This is physical, yes, but also moral, spiritual, and social. Above all, it provides the option of extending a life that in many cases would not make sense.
I think the main ethical challenge is helping older people who, in a culture like ours in the United States, often feel undervalued or like a burden, helping them find meaning and peace in their final years of life.